everybody, hope everybody's staying safe and healthy at home. Today I will be teaching a templates class, how to be able to create a contract in less than 1 minute if it's listing or buying. So let's get started. So you're going to go into your C.A.R.org, C.A.R.org, and you're going to go ahead and log in. If you don't know your credentials to log in, your username and your password, you can either try resetting it or contact the board. So you're going to go ahead and continue. And there's going to be some tabs at the top. We're going to click templates, and you shouldn't have any templates in your templates area. I do because I work part of the TC department, but if you do, you can decide to keep them or delete them. It's up to you. So we're going to go ahead and click new. And we're going to go new listing, and we're going to type in RLA-residential listing agreement. I'll explain to you why I'm having you put the RLA dash first at the end. So click residential. Do not automatically apply this to new transactions, and go ahead and save. Okay, so in the right hand corner there's an All Forms tab. We're going to click the All Forms tab, and we're going to type in RLA for our first one. That stands for Residential Listing Agreement. Oops, sorry about that. RLA. Okay. What's included in the RLA is an AD-1, which is an agency disclosure. It's for the listing agent to the seller. A PRBS, which is a possible representation of one or more buyer or seller, a wire fraud advisory, WFA, an RLA, which is residential listing agreement, and an SA-11, which is a seller's advisory. The things that are not included in the RLA package that you may need is a SCO, which is a seller counter offer, SMCO, which is a seller multiple counter offer, MT, which is a modification of terms, SELM, which is a seller, like to exclude from the multiple listing service, a trust advisory. You might have to type it out, or you could try typing TA, but there's a lot of options when you just type in TA, so I would type out Trust Advisory. RCSD-S. This is a representative capacity signature disclosure. You need it with the Trust Advisory, if it's a trust, if it's an entity, and stuff like that, an LLC and stuff like that. And a probate advisory. Okay, so we're going to go into the we're going to click out of that, and we're going to go in our first option, residential listing agreement. Since this is for the seller, we're going to click seller. And the agent's name is going to be the office name, which is Keller Williams Realty South Bay. Please do not click the autofill. It may mess up something else that you've already typed out. Please type everything out. So, Keller Williams Realty South Bay. The DRE number for the office is going to be 01854-035. The buy down here where it says buy, you're going to put your name. And the DRE number by your name is going to be your DRE number. Like so. don't know if you guys can see that, but let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Sorry, my computer is a little bit slow right now for some reason. Okay, so like so. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next page, which is a PRBS, a possible representation of one or more buyer or seller. And the information should already be there, so if it's not, please go ahead and type whatever you needed to type. And again, the office DRE number is 01854-035. Okay, so we're going to go down to the wire fraud advisory. Nothing needs to be typed here, so we're going to pass by it. Okay, so let's go to page 5 of the RLA. And let's go ahead and type in the address. The address is going to be 23670 Hawthorne Boulevard, number 100, Torrance, California, 90505. And your telephone number, you could either put your own personal phone number or the office number is 310-375-3511. Go ahead and put your email, and that's it for this page right here. Okay, let's go down a little bit more. The seller advisory. So seller advisory is the end of the RLA package. Oh no, actually I lied. The CCPA, which is a new form. So let's fill in the rest of what we need to on the seller advisory. The fax number for the office is going to be 310-375-6860. And everything else should be filled in already. Okay, and the CCPA is a new form, but it doesn't need anything to be filled out. Okay, so let's go ahead and save and go back. So the next one we're going to do is the seller counter offer. Which, just to review it, it doesn't need to have anything typed out, but just want you guys to view it so that you guys know that nothing else needs to be put there. Seller counter offer 2 is obviously the same. Seller multiple counter offer, same. Seller multiple counter offer, same. So let's go into the seller counter offer. It doesn't need anything to be filled out, but just so that we can review it. I recommend reviewing all forms so that when you do have a client, you know what you're talking about when you're reviewing the forms with them. The seller multiple counter offer, still nothing needs to be filled out, but you should definitely review it. Definitely review it. So, yes. Okay, go back. Modification of terms. The broker is going to be you, so Keller Williams Realty South Bay. Again, please type everything out. The agent is yourself. DR number for the office is 01854-035. The DRE license, your DRE license is the bottom one. Okay, go ahead and save that. And it should autofill for the second one too, I believe. Yeah, so it did autofill. SELM, the seller instruction to exclude from the multiple listing service. This email is not your email. This DRE number is the office DRE number, 018-54035. And then you could put Kim Mosley, because she is the office broker, so she would be the one to sign here. Okay? Go ahead and save. Go back. Trust advisory. Again, we're going one by one, even if they don't need to be filled out, just so that we can review the forms. So see, this one needed your name to be filled out here. Okay, go back. That was the second page of the trust advisory, by the way. RCSD-S, representative capacity signature disclosure. So this is what I was saying. It's for if it's a trust, an entity, a power of attorney, and an estate. Nothing needs to be filled out here, though. Actually, yes. You need to put Keller Williams Realty South Bay here on page 1. Okay? So go ahead and save that, and we're going to go back. And the last but not least is the probate advisory for this template, which nothing needs to be filled out. We're just going to review. Okay? Okay. So we're going to go at the top and click templates, and we're going to create our next template, which is residential purchase agreement. So go ahead and push new. Go new purchase or offer. And we're going to type in RPA-residential purchase agreement. Go ahead and put residential and do not automatically apply. Go ahead and save. Okay, so we're going to go to all forms. The first form we're going to add is an RPA, which is a residential purchase agreement. It should be the first one. What's included in a residential purchase agreement is an agency disclosure, selling agent to buyer, PRBS, a possible representation of one or more buyer or seller, a wire fraud advisory, a RPA, which is a residential purchase agreement, a BIA, a buyer inspection advisory. The things that are not included in the RPA that we may need is a BCO, which is a buyer counter offer. We're going to add 2. Okay. The next thing that we're going to add is an ADM, which is an addendum. We're going to add 2. The next thing we're going to add is an AEA, which is an amendment of existing agreements. And another thing that we're going to add is an RCSD-B, as in buyer. And that's the representative capacity signature disclosure for the buyer side. If it was a trust or a probate or... Yes. Okay, so we're going to click out of that and we're going to click into our first one, residential purchase agreement. And we're going to click buyer, and we're going to put Keller Williams, just same as we did the other one. Please type out, don't autofill. The DRE number is 018-54035. Then you put your name at the bottom right here, and put your DRE number above it. Next page is going to be PRBS. It should already autofill everything you need. Wire fraud advisory shouldn't need anything. Okay, that should be good. Go all the way down. And also this signature right here is always missed, or most of the time missed, so please have your buyer sign initial there. So we're going to go ahead and fill in this information that we need. 23670 Hawthorne Boulevard, number 100, Torrance, California, 90505. Telephone numbers 310-375-3511. The fax number is 310-375-6860. And go ahead and put your email address. And fill in anything else that we missed in that information. Okay, so we're going to scroll down to the buyer inspection advisory. Nothing needs to be filled out, but just so that you can review it, please review it. And then last but not least, the CCPA. Nothing needs to be filled out, but please review. Okay, let's go ahead and save that, and we're going to go back. The buyer counter offers, please review it. Nothing needs to be filled out, but please review it. The addendums, nothing needs to be filled out either, but please review it. See what it's all about. The amendment of the existing agreement, again, nothing needs to be filled out there, but please review. And the RCSD-B. Go ahead and on the second page fill in Keller Williams Realty South Bay in the second line. Okay? And go ahead and save that. And go back. And we're going to create our third template now. So let's go to templates. And create new. And we're going to do another purchase. This is going to be for RIPA, Residential Income Purchase Agreement. RIPA-Residential Income Purchase Agreement. Click residential and do not automatically apply and go ahead and save. Okay, let's go to all forms, and the first form that we're going to add is an RIPA. What's in an RIPA? Like the others, there's an agency disclosure. It would be for the selling agent to the buyer. A PRBS, a possible representation of one or more buyer or seller. A WFA, a wire fraud advisory. An RIPA, a residential income property purchase agreement. A BIA, a buyer inspection advisory. And the newest form, a CCPA, a California Consumer Privacy Act advisory. So the things that are not in the RIPA package is going to be a BCO, buyer counter offer. I would add 2 if I were you. Okay. An ADM. I would add 2. An RCSD-B, which is for the buyer. And you could just add 1. You don't have to add 2 of those. Okay? So let's go ahead and click in our first one. And again, this would be buyer. Oops. Went a little too far there. Buyer. Agent is going to be Keller Williams Realty South Bay. Your DRE, the office DRE number is 01854-035. Your DRE number goes here. And your name goes here. Like so. Okay, let's scroll down to the next one. PRBS, nothing needs to be filled out. It should already be filled. Wire fraud advisory, nothing needs to be filled out. RIPA, nothing needs to be filled out here until the very last page. So let's go all the way to the last page of the RIPA. Okay, right here. And let's go ahead and type in the address, which is 23670 Hawthorne Boulevard, number 100, Torrance, California. Oops, don't type that all there. My apologies. City is Torrance. State is California. Zip code 90505. Telephone number, you can either put your telephone number or the office phone number. The office phone number is 310-375-3511. The fax number is 310-375-6860. Your email address. And fill out any other information that I may have missed or that may not have pre-filled in this section right here. Okay? The next thing, also again, this is always missed, so please make sure to have your client's initial in the appropriate space. Okay, the BIA, nothing needs to be filled out here, but please review. And the CCPA. Okay, go ahead and save and go back. And the buyer counter offers, nothing needs to be filled out, but please review. Addendums, nothing needs to be filled out. And the RCSD, let's go ahead and open that. And on page 2, let's fill in the Keller Williams Realty South Bay, like we did the last one. Okay, go ahead and save. Okay, let's go back and let's create our next template. We only have 2 templates left to create, and those are for leases. So let's go template. Let's go new. Go new lease listing. And we're going to type in LL-lease listing. Click residential. Do not automatically apply this template to new transactions, and go ahead and save. Okay, so we're going to go to all forms. And the first form that we're going to add is an AD-1. It's an agency disclosure. It's from the listing agent to the seller. The next one we're going to add is an LL, which is a lease listing. If you can't find it, you can go ahead and type out lease listing. Otherwise, it is about 10 down, I would say. Yeah, 10. Okay, the next one that we're going to add is an LRM, and that's a mold. Just go ahead and add 1. The next one we're going to add is an FLD, which is a lead disclosure. The next thing that we're going to add is a WHSD, a water heater smoke detector. The next one we're going to add is a WCMD. It's a water conserving plumbing fixtures and carbon monoxide detector. The next one we're going to add is a TFHD is a tenant flood hazard disclosure. Next one we're going to add is a BBD, bed bug disclosure. And last but not least, we're going to add the MIMO. We don't require this one, but if it's applicable, then yes. Okay, so that's all for the added disclosures. We're going to go one by one. So let's open up the disclosure. And since we're going to be representing the landlord for this one, not the seller, so go ahead and click Landlord, Landlord. The agent is going to be Keller Williams Realty South Bay. The office BRE number is 018-54035. And then go ahead and put your BRE number here. And your name below. Like so. Okay, let's go save and back. Let's go to the lease listing agreement. Go to page 1. Same as before of the RLA, you can autofill this if you want. You don't have to. Totally optional. But just so that it may not be forgotten, you can autofill it to what you may want. Totally your choice. Go down to the last page of the LL. And let's go ahead and fill out our address, which is 23670 Hawthorne Boulevard, number 100, Torrance, California, 90505. You can go ahead and put your name here, your telephone number, or if you want to put the office phone number, it's 310-375-3511. Your email address, and your DRE number. Okay? Like so. Let's go ahead and go save, and we're going to go back. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's go back to my templates. And lease listing. Okay, the next one we're going to go through is the LRM. It's the mold disclosure. Nothing needs to be filled out, but please review. Okay. The next is going to be the lead. So, second page needs to be filled out. So open this, and we're going to go to the second page, and it should already be filled, but if not, please fill in. Okay, the next thing that needs to be done is the water heater smoke detector. Nothing needs to be filled out, but please review everything. Tenant flood hazard disclosure. Nothing needs to be filled out, but please review. Bed bug disclosure, again, nothing needs to be filled out, but please review. And last but not least, the Memo, the MIMO. Nothing needs to be filled out, but please review. Okay? So, this is it for this template. Now we're going to create our last template. So go to templates, new lease, and we're going to type in LR-lease residential month to month. Or you could just put lease residential, whatever you would like to name it. So go ahead and go residential. Do not automatically apply this template and save. Okay, the first form that we're going to add in all forms is going to be AD-2. AD-2. That's the agency disclosure. That's the buyer to that's the selling agent to the buyer. The next one we're going to add is an LRA, which is the application to rent, and we're going to add 2 of those. The next thing we're going to add is an LR, which is a residential month-to-month. It's the last one. If you can't find it like that, you can type it out residential lease, and it may find it like that. But yeah, LR, it's the last one. Now the residential month-to-month already includes the tenant flood hazard disclosure form and the bed bug disclosure form. So all the forms, all the lease forms are supposed to come from the listing side. So if you have to provide it to them, we're just going to add it to our template just in case you have to get to that point. So the things we're going to add is an LRM, which is a mold disclosure. Another thing we're going to add is an FLD, lead disclosure. The next thing we're going to add is a WHSD, a water heater smoke detector. The next thing we're going to add is a WCMD, a water conserving plumbing fixtures and carbon monoxide detector. And last but not least, we're going to add the MIMO, the Memo, the move in, move out. Okay, click out of there and we're going to open up our first one, the agency disclosure. And we're going to click tenant. And the agent is going to be Keller Williams Realty South Bay. The DRE number is 0185435. Go ahead and put your DRE number below that. And your name goes below that. Like so. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. Go back. The application to rent, nothing needs to be filled out, but please open it and review it. Let's open up the month-to-month, the lease residential month-to-month, which should be your 4th one if you added 2 applications. This one. And let's go to the last page. Well, the last page of the month-to-month, because remember I said that the tenant flood hazard disclosure and the bed bug disclosure is part of it. Oh, and also the rent cap just in case is part of it too. That's a new form as well. So let's go to the last page of the month-to-month and go ahead and type in the address. 23670 Hawthorne Boulevard, number 100, Torrance, California, 90505. If you want to put your phone number, go ahead. The office phone number is 310-375-3511. The fax number is 310-375-6860. And go ahead and put your email address. Okay. Go ahead and save. We'll review the other forms that are after it, but nothing else needs to be filled out there. So go ahead and save and go back. Mold, nothing needs to be filled out there. The lead disclosure, go ahead and open that. And it should already autofill. Go back. Water heater, nothing needs to be filled out. Water considering, nothing needs to be filled out. And Memo. So this is it for our templates. How I'm going to show you how to apply them now before we end our session. So go to transactions. We're going to click new. Let's say we have a listing or buying, either one. You're going to type in the address here. You can put what it is, whatever you want. You can put residential or whatever it is. And then this is where you're going to select your template. And you're going to select the template that you created. Since this would be a listing, you would click listing. So for instance, let's see. Go ahead and save. And when you go to documents, all the stuff that you added is already here, and all the stuff is already filled in and ready to go. And that's all to it, you guys. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below, or feel free to reach out to me. However, telephone, email, comments. Yeah. So. Thank you guys. Stay healthy, stay safe.